Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Jenny Townsend, your host. This episode is a quickie and it's all about showing up. Showing up for yourself, showing up for your spouse, and showing up for your friends, your family, and the people you say matter most. Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Jenny Townsend, your host. This podcast is for doers, dreamers, and those trying to decide what's next. I, along with amazing guests, will be sharing stories of success, failure, and what's to come. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to kick off this with a little shocker. Don't be offended. If you don't have any friends or you don't have any meaningful relationships in your life, most likely it's you, not them. I know that sounds harsh and I'm really sorry, but maybe that's what gets you to lean in and really listen to today's episode. First, I want to say thank you to everyone that's listening right now. Thank you for showing up for this episode. And thank you for showing up to the party. And thank you for always showing up consistently, not just when someone needs something. Because let's be honest, we all know so many people only reach out when they need something. I have countless family members and friends that I never hear from unless they need support, money, advice, or something. And I know many of you can relate, especially if you are a parent. Whether you have tweens, college kids, or even adult children that are still depending on you. What I've recently learned is that the people who show up for me do so because I show up for them. I show up in person. I show up through text. I show up when it matters, not when it's just about me. I've gotten into the habit of texting people when they cross my mind. It literally only takes 2 seconds. Hey, you crossed my mind, thinking of you. Hope you're doing well. That's it. If you don't know what to say, you can use this thing called ChatGPT. Copy and paste it if you need to. Connection doesn't require perfection. I know with busy schedules, it makes it consistently hard, but trust me, I know firsthand. But showing up doesn't have to be complicated. It can be small. It can be simple. And sometimes the real reason we don't show up isn't about time. It's stuff, old stuff, things that are bothering us. Past pain, resentment, jealousy, guilt. You're taking something personally and putting that out there. So I want to challenge you and I want you to ask yourself, what is it that makes you not reach out to that person? The one you know would benefit so much from hearing from you or seeing you. Here's something else I want to mention because it's real. So many people show up for me yet I notice the ones that don't. Why is that? Why does it bother me? Why does it sting when someone who doesn't have the energy, the decency, the call to show up? I wish I could tell you not to care, but I care. When people don't show up, it hurts my feelings, and I'm sure it does to you too. Have you ever not shown up for someone and then felt really guilty or regretted it, and then didn't know how to reach out after that? That has happened to me. That friendship is going to fade away. It's going to disappear. It would be so easy for you to reach out, but why not? Send the text. Say you're sorry if you need to. Let them know that you're thinking of them. Everyone has stuff going on. We're all super busy, but true friends will understand and they'll forgive you. Now, here's something that really drives me crazy and bonkers. If someone texts you multiple times, respond. It can be a heart. It can be any type of emoji. It can be a thumbs up. Acknowledge it. Leaving it on read and not responding is how relationships die. I know this firsthand. There's people I just don't even want to hang out with anymore. You can't build connection that way. And that person is not going to invest time in that future relationship. Same thing goes for invitations. If you keep making excuses, if you never commit, if you say we should get together but never actually make a plan to do that, people are going to stop asking. They're going to give up. They're going to give up on you and they're not going to give you the time. That's why I want to recommend scheduling time for connection. 2 to 3 hours a month. For me, it's Fridays. I reserve Fridays for breakfast, coffee, lunch with a family member, or a friend. I literally have play dates out planned till the end of March. I know many of you are thinking, Fridays don't work for me. Pick a Saturday. Pick 9 to noon or 1 to 4. Put it on your calendar and all the calendars, especially your phone calendar. So when someone asks you to get together, you already have space and you can say yes. You don't need to make an excuse. Literally, saying yes is going to feel so good. As we get older, time becomes more precious. My mother-in-law said once, you never realize how much time you have until you have none. Recently, I planned my father-in-law's 80th birthday party, Jack. It was a surprise birthday party. It landed in January, which is my busiest month of the year. I had to attend a conference in California for 5 days. We're in the middle of grind season, planning my 10th year anniversary party that was happening right after I got back. Like, life was full, busy, crazy. And if I'm being honest, it wasn't necessarily my place to plan the 80th birthday, but no one was. And it needed to get done. I wanted Jack to be surrounded by friends. I wanted him to be with people that mattered. And sometimes when the gap is there, someone has to step in. So that means making a commitment. Once again, getting the job done and trusting that people won't get upset, be judgmental, or be territorial. And if they are, well, that's unfortunate. You got to let it go because the person that you're doing it for is going to be appreciative. And they're going to be super, super grateful. I told my husband, I was like, we really need to do something. This past year with the loss of Linda, Jack's friends have shown up for him. They have spent so much time with him. So I felt we needed to do it. So I was laying poolside one day and I just started making calls to all his friends. I didn't overthink it. Wasn't like they're going to say no. I called every single one. Every single person answered the phone. And all of them said yes immediately. Like there was no checking of schedules. There was no let me check with my spouse. There was no delay. Every single person said yes because Jack mattered to them. They wanted to commit to that time. And this doesn't just apply to friends. It applies to families. It applies to you. How can you show up for yourself tomorrow? Is it a cup of coffee in silence? Is it a shower and putting on makeup and getting yourself together so you feel confident? Is it taking a walk? Is it journaling? Is it telling yourself that you're doing a phenomenal job? Like, show up for yourself. You can do this. If you can't show up for yourself, you're not going to be able to show up for others. You deserve to be loved. Another thing is how can you show up for your partner in a different way that you haven't in a while? With less judgment, less resentment, less scorekeeping. And I know that's really hard, especially if your partner is struggling or is not as present as you want them to be. But sometimes we get to be the one that creates the change we want to see. Let that be you. And when it comes to friends and families, yes, it can be challenging. You may need boundaries. You may not want to hang out with everyone. And I totally get that. And that's okay. But in this season, create habits that bring more love to your life, more grace, more connection in your life is going to be key. No one can make you happy, but friends and family and people who love you, they can enhance your happiness and your joy. Stop making excuses. Make a commitment. Get out of your own way. Make the call. Send the text. And show up. Show up like you've never shown up before. I'm telling you, it's going to have a huge impact on your life. It's going to have a huge impact on the relationships with you. And if you are a friend and you are listening to this and you're like, oh, I really need to reach out to so-and-so, do it. Now is the time. Life is super, super short. You may find that that person has been waiting for you to call them. And that's another thing that I just want to say too, is so many times you're waiting for someone to call you to make the plans. Why? Why aren't you reaching out, making the plans and seeing if they're available? I know so many times we assume people are, oh, they're too busy or they're not going to have time or they're always at work. Who cares? Don't assume they're going to say no. They may be needing you to call them, take them out to lunch. Now, when that does happen, I do want to say, don't go on a big rant. There's some people that I'm giving time to that I don't really want to give time to, but I am giving time to because they need. But I know all I'm going to do is sit there and listen to them complain about their life. That can be really challenging, and our time ourselves are very, very precious, and we all have our own stuff going on. So if someone is reaching out and they do say yes to your invitation or they invite you and you say yes, remember that that time is about both of you. It's not all about that person and it's not all about you. And if the conversation does go to a negative place, have some ideas to redirect that conversation where it can be positive, it can be uplifting to where you or they want to do it again. I was just on a podcast and one of the things that we were talking about was that having conversations that align with us and that fulfill us and make us feel good and then inspire us. Be that person when you create this opportunity for you to spend time with other people. It's so important. It's so important to not only make the commitment, but to show up and show up as your best self because that's really, truly what people want to see. And if you do need to speak about something that's going on in your life, maybe give them a heads up on that, or maybe go and see a therapist or someone that you can talk to prior so that you aren't putting all of this onto somebody else that literally may need to just have a hug and celebrate and just be happy with you over that cup of coffee. So thank you so much for being here today. And thank you to all of my friends and all my family that continually show up for me. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. And thank you to all the listeners that continue to show up each week and listen. I love all of your messages. I love your DMs. I love your text messages. It fills my heart, and I'm so grateful for you. And I just want to say thank you. If you know someone that could benefit from today's message, I want to challenge you to send it to 5 people you may know that maybe you want to actually show up in your life, or that could show up in a different way. And it's showing up first and foremost for yourself. If you can't show up for yourself, for you, then you're never going to be able to show up for anyone. So keep that in mind when you're showing up for your spouse, your friends, your families. And if you have employees, consider how you're showing up to work and what you're committing to and what the day is going to be. So much of us are built of energy, and that energy can be felt by other people. So consider that when you show up next, whether it's to an event, it's to coffee, it's to lunch, or just when you get out of bed and you look at yourself in the mirror. Cheers. I want to encourage you to get my book, The Stroke It Guide, available on Amazon and my website. The book is what you need to know from the boardroom to the bedroom. It talks about how to stroke yourself, your spouse, your partner, your friends, your family, most importantly, your employer, employees. And of course, there's a chapter just for the bedroom. Go to Amazon today and get my book, The Stroke It Guide.